This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
Right guys, bit of a disappointing morning because I was going to show you my new car, my random purchase, but between the delivery company and the person selling it, there's been some mess up where the yard was locked last night and they weren't able to access the vehicle, and the guy that's picking up has got another pickup to do today, so he can't hang around. So yeah, this is why we use Adrian A&K Van Services, isn't it? Because the guy's reliable as. To be fair to the transport company, it's not his fault. The seller said the gates are always open, and last night somebody locked them for some reason. So, anywho, but we've got a busy old day. So this is the 22nd. You'd think things had quietened down, wouldn't you? But I've got two viewings this morning. And they both seem very keen. I've got someone coming to look at the Kia Rio, and I've got someone coming to look at the i20. So it looks like we'll still be doing sales right up to the last minute again this year. December always surprised me in this game. I thought it'd be quiet, but it isn't. My top tip for you, sorry, spinning around. My top tip for you in December is to have your cars 100% ready. So both of these are serviced, MOT'd, valeted. They can go out the door today. If someone's shopping for a car this close to Christmas, you know one thing. They need it, and they need it right away. So all of your cars, I mean, obviously I try and do this as a general rule, but often I'll photograph the cars before I have them all ready and put them up for sale, so I can start to get inquiries. But these have been got ready 100%. So is the RAV4, so is the Clio. Not that we're having any interest in the Clio, but these cars are set to go straight out the door today, and that's what you want, because if anybody's looking for a car now, they need it. So they're going to want to drive it away straight away. They don't want to wait until the new year. So fingers crossed we get a couple more sales like this. Let's have a look at the ASX. Didn't get a chance to have a look at that with you the other day because it was too dark.
But before we do that, I must introduce today's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark provides you with a virtual private network, a VPN. This VPN provides you with a secure internet connection wherever you are and protects you and your data when online. Now, as nice as it is being protected online by Surfshark, I have to admit my favourite feature of Surfshark is its ability to allow me to access geo-locked content. By that, what I mean is movies, TV series that are available on a streaming service in one country but aren't available in another. Let me show you what I mean by that. So here we are on Netflix, and I've had a movie recommended to me that I want to watch called The Nice Guys. So if I put that in, do a search for it, nothing comes back because that movie is not available to me in the UK on Netflix. Not a problem with my Surfshark account. If I go up here and go to my VPN connection, my virtual private network, I can choose to change my virtual private network from a UK connection to a US connection. So there we go. Quick change over there. So I'm now showing as being in the US. If I refresh the page with the same search, you'll see, bang, the movie The Nice Guys is now available to me. And the good news is that Surfshark are offering Chops Garage viewers a massive 85% off and 3 months extra free for their own Surfshark account. You'll find a link in the video description down below with the discount code CHOPS. I want to thank Surfshark for being the continued sponsor of Chops Garage.
Yeah, how nice is this in this colour? Unfortunately, it is raining today, so I guess there's certain elements we still might not be able to see. But yeah, how nice is this ASX in this colour? Now this is so clean. If I can get a chance to wash it today, which I'm not sure I will, it will be able to go up for sale straight away because it's got a long MOT on it. Like I said, the only thing on the MOT advisory wise was surface corrosion on the rear beam, which I had in the last ASX as well, and we just wire brushed it all down, stone chipped it. So I will get it down to the boys to do that because I don't want to, I don't want to put a car up for sale with corrosion on the MOT certificate, even though I know it's minor, it'll upset other people. But yeah, I mean, a lot nicer than the plain silver one, isn't it? I really like this metallic. It's a ASX3, which I think means that it's a higher end spec, as I think I said before. Not four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, but he has got brand new, I'm not sure why he did this before he part exchanged it, brand new winter tyres all the way round. My only comment would be, they do seem to create a little bit of tyre roar. They're Michelin's as well. So this person was not on a budget. Michelin's, brand new Michelin, winter tyres all the way around. So like I say, that does tell us something about this person, but also this thing has a crazy service history. So quick look around the bodywork. Nothing needed paint wise. The alloys are mint, doors are mint. We've got the V8 rumble of the Range Rover 5 litre for a neighbour. Yeah, so all the alloys are mint. There's nothing needed on the corners of the bumpers. The headlights are super clear, don't even need a polish. This thing is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Nice tinted glass. Like I say, really, I'm really pleased with the colour combo. 2 remote keys. We've got the auto folding mirrors. Oh, I actually think we've got keyless entry as well. Yeah, keyless entry. I knew the spec was high on it. Right, here is the giant paperclip with all of the receipts for all of the paperwork. We'll have a look through that in a second. It's always going to be a bit careful, don't show their person's details on there, but we'll have a look for it. All the seats, they're I say the only thing I think is missing is the leather, but they're all in good condition. It's quite a funky little design on it. We've got the cruise control, we've got the Bluetooth. What else have we got? It was a bit wet yesterday. We've got parking sensors, air conditioning or climate control, CD radio with auxiliary input. Hasn't got the panoramic roof on this one. I can't remember. Did my last one have a panoramic roof on it? I can't remember that. So I don't suppose it's the absolute highest spec, but certainly decent spec. Everything here is, as you'd expect, mint. It's done 103,000 miles. So like I said in the last video, mileage isn't outrageously low. It isn't high for the age, because obviously 10,000 miles a year is quite average now, but I'd rather have this with the history and in the condition this is in than a 70,000 mile one with sketchy history and dinged corners, to be honest. All round electric windows, electric mirrors with auto fold. Have a look at the book, because obviously in here it isn't going to have people's details. We've got body inspection records right the way through to 2022. Have you ever seen that before, where a car has gone for the main dealer bodywork inspections at this age? That's mental. I hadn't seen that yet. Genuine. That's my genuine reaction to that. Wow, that's mental. Right, service history wise, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we haven't even missed the COVID year. Last service, the 8th, 2022. Air freshener assembly, oil filter, gasket for it, air filter, oil, screen wash, and a vehicle check. We got an aircon regas, the 5th, 2022. I'm not going to bore you and go through every receipt here, because to be honest, I'm not going to. I might do a bit later, but literally there is a receipt for absolutely everything that has been done on this vehicle. It has been looked after. Well, you can't expect better than that, to be honest, can you? Right, let's have a quick look under the engine bay. Look at that baby little 1.6 in there. You've got all the room in the world. I could change the flipping exhaust manifold and sensors and everything. This is what I love about little petrol engines in big size cars. You can literally get around it. I mean, how easy would it be to do any work on this? You could drop the gearbox out of that, no problem at all. This is a problem with the bigger engines and the diesels, is yes, it's nice to have that performance, but they cram everything in here and you're paying so much labour just for people to get to stuff to replace it. Right, looking at the side of it, I'm confident that is chain. We will double check. I mean, you know, on this channel, at the end of the day, guys, I'm not upset if I'm proved wrong on something. I'm not here to pretend like I know everything and I never make a mistake. Sometimes you guys have to put me straight on things, but to me, I'm pretty confident that's a chain-driven engine, because it's all sealed in with a metal casing all the way around. So yeah, no problems with that at all. God, yeah, just look at that. If you had to change the alternator, how easy would that be? I nearly used a nice word now. So I'm assuming this is the oil dipstick here. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, oil's a lovely colour. This is yeah, this will clean up all absolutely lovely. Coolant level is where it should be. Full is there, and it's just a couple of mil below full, as we would expect with this service history. Look at that, I've changed the air filter, just unclip it, swap it over. Sorry guys, probably a bit overexcited about that side of things, but if you work on cars, which I still do every now and then, if you work on cars, you really appreciate engineering that allows you to get to everything easily. And like I said, this is what's going to keep your maintenance low cost. If you don't need a diesel, you're only doing smaller mileages round town. I don't know what the whole ULEZ thing is on it. People comment all the time on my videos about that, but here in Devon, it's not reached us, and I don't think it will do for a long while. It's certainly not going to be a zone in South Molton. But yeah, if you're not doing the mileage, you just need a local little run around, then you know the lower running cost of the petrol like this, it's going to pay dividends. So obviously I test drove it yesterday. I drove it back yesterday. It's absolutely, I mean, obviously it hasn't got the low down torque of the diesel. You need to rev it a bit more. Like I say, these winter tyres have a little bit more road noise to them than a summer tyre would. So, you know, if you're not in an area where, you know, you're in the back lanes and so forth, then possibly, yeah, it might be worth getting another set of, it might be worth spending a few quid getting another set of alloys with some summer tyres on it, keeping these in the shed for the winter. But yeah, it drives, like I say, drives absolutely perfectly. So my only comments would be obviously that the, you know, being a small petrol, it's a little bit more raucous than the diesels with the low down torque. Again, it really comes to what kind of driving you're doing, but you're not going to find one in better condition than this with a better service history. It really is a little bit of a find, this one. So yeah, we'll clean it up, get it up for sale. Price wise, Auto Trader I think said 5.4 on this. I think I should, you know, I deserve to hold out for that price. I can't think any reason why it shouldn't be worth exactly what Auto Trader says it is retail wise with this history. But this is Chops Garage, you know, we always undercut Auto Trader on price and we try and shift things quickly. So this one, we'll get it down. I think we'll sell it with the existing MOT on it, but we'll get the I think it's till September next year. The only advisory I say was that bit, I think, of surface corrosion on the rear beam, so we'll get the guys to wire brush that. Actually, yeah, do we want to, yeah, no, we'll need to get them to re-MOT it to make sure that comes off the MOT. So we'll get it down, get them to re-MOT it, so we may pick up on some other things along the way, hopefully not based on the condition. If we do pick up stuff and we need to do it, then perhaps we'll need to go for Auto Trader. But my plan is 4,995. Cut to the chase. My plan is 4,995 with 6-month warranty on it, the advisory taken care of on the MOT. And I think that yeah, if you, like I say, if you don't need to do the miles but you want something a little bit bigger with a little bit more ride height, and with these winter tyres a little bit of soft off-road capability, then this will be bang on for you. People have gone out for a test drive in the Hyundai, but I thought I'd show you this. This is a prime example about what I was saying about cat cars in the last video. So this car here, is like 2 years old. Sorry for the noise in the background. It's like 2 years old. Somebody's hit and run them, bang this door in, bang this quarter in. So that now has to, without leaving any details, that has to now go and get repaired by the insurance company. So the insurance company are going to do a fix on that. They'll do that door, they'll do that rear panel. I don't know if they class it as structural because it does go into the sill a little bit as well. So that could theoretically, let me just clean the camera a second. That could theoretically be a Cat S, a structurally damaged car, if it was being assessed by an insurance assessor. But that obviously will get repaired. So that car will get repaired, but it won't go on the register because the insurance company did it. Now, if that car was obviously sort of 10 years old or more, they might decide they weren't going to repair it because that repair would probably cost, you guys in the know are probably going to tell me below, they had to replace the wheel straight away. So you're probably looking at, I'd say probably £1,500 or more of repairs to be done there, plus a hire car while it's being done. Don't forget that, you've got the added cost of that. So if that was a 10-year-old car and it was worth maybe, you know, 4 grand, 5 grand, they would probably write it off. So I'm competing with a truck outside. They would probably write the car off and not do the repair. So then it would go on the register as being a Cat S car, and it would then go to salvage auction. Someone would be able to buy it, fix it up, do exactly the same job, potentially, that the insurance company was going to do now, but the car would be on the register and be worth 25% less. So this is my point. You could have those two cars sat right next to each other in 10 years' time, and one's a Cat S and one's not, but they've both had exactly the same level of damage. That's the way it works, strangely enough. So why the insurance companies don't have to declare they've had to do a fix, I do not know. But it's certainly not a case, as somebody said in the comments, someone said in the comments the other day, well, the reason they go and are written off by the insurance is because the repairs exceed the value of the car. That's not true. They don't have to exceed the value of the car. It's only a percentage. I think some places only work off 30, 40%. So hopefully they come back from their test drive before the Rio people turn up. I'm juggling plates a little bit today, trying to make sure that we get both cars viewed. Fingers crossed we get a sell out one of them. Well, what a mad few hours that's been, guys. That's the lady leaving in a Peugeot. Her daughter's just driven off in the I-20 with her dad, so they just came and picked that up straight away. That deal's been done. In between then, I didn't get a break because the people came to see the Kia Rio, and they've purchased that as well. I've got to get the invoice sent over for that. Turns out, I couldn't quite work out what was going on with it. The chap called Kevin was messaging me, but he was sending his mum and dad to look at the car for him. Turns out, Kevin bought a car from me when I was down at Alfa Ragazzi 2 years ago. He had a little blue Suzuki Alto off of me, I think it was. Or was it a... what's the other Suzuki one? The Splash. Might have been a Splash. I can't remember exactly now. But yeah, he had that off me, and he's just unfortunately just written off. He's living in Tavistock now, but apparently he was so happy with the service last time, knew I did good cars. He was happy just to send mum and dad down just to give it a quick looking over. I've spoken to him on the phone now. We are going to drop the car off to mum and dad's in Barnstable, and then he will come and pick it up. Sorry, Bideford, and he'll come and pick it up over the Christmas New Year when he comes to visit them. So really nice to do repeat business like that. Now, obviously, on that one, it was the auction car. I think I have given him a bit of a discount. I wasn't going to give any discount at all, but coming back to me like that, I felt I wanted to do a little bit for him. I just knocked 95 off, which was a tough thing to do. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a tough thing to do because we did put the new battery on it, the new belts on it. We did the service. The bill was £380 odd for that, wasn't it, with the new advisory free MOT, and we paid a good price for it at the auction. And I said these weren't going to be very profitable cars. I think after all that, we've made £400. I'll run through the spreadsheet with you. I know some of you guys like to see the spreadsheet. We've made £400 on it. Obviously, we've still got a while to run with it. We could put more money into it while it's out and about. It could end up costing us more within that first 6 months. And obviously, he's up in Tavistock, so I wouldn't be able to get the work done down here cheaply. Hopefully, the warranty might cover whatever it is. But fingers crossed, it should be all right. Like always, done as much as I possibly can with that car to reasonably think it shouldn't need anything for the next 12 months other than a tyre or a brake disc or something. We did the front pads as well. So I've done pretty much as I can to be sure that it shouldn't need any more money spending on it. But it is a used car, and he's going to start using it daily. I've only used it for a couple of runs, so we don't know, do we? So 23rd, guys, I've come in first thing, got the Rio, put 30 quid worth of fuel on it, changed the wiper blades because they're squeaking a bit, and I've dropped them over to my customer's parents' house in Bideford, so that over the Christmas break he can come down from Tavistock and pick it up. Such a nice fella. Really, really nice fella. Now, I can tell you, with the sale of the Rio, that has made December a record month for Chops Garage. That is including revenue from YouTube. But even with the cars alone, it was better than last December, and it matches any month so far. So even though we didn't move huge volume, margins were pretty good in all of the cars, pretty much, apart from that Kia. Unfortunately, margin wasn't much on that. As I said earlier in the video, I honestly believe if a lot of this stock was ready, it would have sold as well. There's still lots of inquiries going about. Now, what I'm trying to do now, you'll see these cars are dirty, and I don't normally have dirty cars in, is because I want to take a bit of a break. I'm going to try and squeeze as many cars into the unit as I can and not leave anything outside, just out of safety. So we're going to try and squeeze as much as we can in, probably some of the smaller stuff, and then take some more stuff home. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what time I'm going to take off over Christmas because, as I always say in my videos, playing with cars is what I love doing. So I will spend time with the family, but you know, I'm not going to say I'm not going to, once I've done the required days, I'm not going to pop in here every now and then and have a little tinker around, because I need to come in and get onto the micro roof, don't I, especially. So once again, we've got Idiot Corner on the last video on the CLK Mercedes. I said I was going to put it up for 2,995, allowing for the fact it was Cat N on a 2004. Let's have a quick look on Auto Trader. We've got one here with 30,000 miles, so 20,000 miles less, but the 240, not the same engine. 6695. We obviously won't look at the convertibles because they're a different kettle of fish. What have we got here? Another hardtop here, one 3.2 with 50,000 miles. That is 3.5 on that one, and I think they've underpriced that. It would definitely be a 3.995. So again, I don't think I'm a million miles off at 2.905. 31,000 miles, again roughly 20,000 miles left, $6,500. So if you adjusted for the mileage, I mean the mileage isn't going to knock more than a couple of grand off, is it? The difference in mileage is not going to knock. I don't think it'll even knock £2,000 off, will it? What we've got here, one with 43,000 miles, 4,100. Private seller, by the way. So that was a private seller. That one up there was a trader. So yeah, again, like I said, I'd have put it up at 3,995 with 50,000 miles on, like I sold the last one. What have we got down here? Another hard top one here. 3.2, 2004, same as mine, 20,000 miles, £6,000 again. So the going rate with one with about 20 to 30,000 miles is £6,000. So adjust that for 50,000 miles, you're going to easily be over 4K, 4.5K. So at £3,000 for mine, adjusted for the category status, I'm absolutely bang on. As always, the clueless people don't go and check this stuff out before they start messaging. The trouble is, too many people look at it and go, it's a 2004 Merc, and they think, you know, C-Class Mercedes they see a C-Class Mercedes on eBay or on Facebook with 120,000 miles in it, put up for 800 quid, and they think all cars are worth the same. I mean, the thing with these coupes now is they're crossing over into the classic car, you know, sports classic, modern classic sort of status. So they start to go up in value a bit when they're low in miles and in good condition.
Don't forget to get that Surfshark special offer by using the link in the description down below.